Hey everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I'm going to continue from yesterday's video with the UV resin pendants, beach themed, but I'm going to do today's video a little different. And we're going to still do UV resin pendants. I'm just going to do the open bezels, so they are not going to be beach themed. I have a whole bunch picked out, different colors, antiqued, silver, and then gold. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'm just going to wing it, play it by ear, and see how it goes. So I've got my light ready. I pulled out a bunch of stuff that I think I might put in there, but again, I don't have a plan. I'm winging it today. I'm going to put my tape. This tape works really well. If you watched yesterday's video, you saw that none of them leaked at all. If I could find the end, it sure would help. None of them leaked at all. So I just basically cut my piece, and I do know what I want to do with the moon shaped one. So let's start with that one. I'm just going to press it down on this paper, make sure the tape, make sure your tape isn't wrinkled, and then take something and press it down really hard. Now this one, I see right off the bat that the hook at the top is going the other way. So that could potentially give you a problem under there. So I'm gonna have to be very careful. I mean, it looks stuck, but it could possibly leak. So the moon one, I'm just gonna put it right there. Hopefully I will do a better job at keeping you in frame today. I apologize for yesterday. This one I had an idea of using my glow glitter. It's glow in the dark. And then I have these white abalone shells for nails. And I thought putting the glow glitter in the back, curing it, putting these on, which I need some tweezers, and then curing it and top coating it, it would glow in the dark like the moon would. So let's start. Let's try that. I gotta grab some little cups. I thought I was ready, but I'm not ready. So I'm using my high viscosity UV resin, and I'm just going to pour some in here and mix it up with the glow glitter. This comes out really thick, so it takes a second. Going to back it up a little bit. Gonna grab something to stir it with. I'm just going to put, this is like a glitter, but it's supposed to be, it'll probably glow yellow, I'm assuming. I think I've only used this one other time. Now I don't know how much. I've never used it in UV resin before. Oh geez, that wasn't good. Yeah. Now, let's see if we can overcome this. Now I have the glitter all over it. I'm still gonna pour it. I'm still gonna mix it and put it in there. It shouldn't hurt anything, but we're gonna find out because I am not starting all over. All right. I'm just gonna put a thin layer right over the back of that. So now there's going to be some of that glitter on the back of my pendant. So if I have to, I can back coat it with clear. Just make sure you have something pointy, a toothpick, a dotting tool. This is a scribe that I used to use for cookie decorating. Anything pointy, because a lot of these have small little sections to get into. Then you're going to need a long neck lighter to pop any bubbles, and I'm going to go ahead and start curing that. That cured pretty quickly, and it started glowing, so that's pretty cool. It didn't leak at the top, so that's good too. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a layer of the clear. Now these little abalone shells I found, I will link everything below like I usually do, but I think Gosh, I can't remember where it's either Amazon or Temu, I don't remember, but it's under nail art. So that's where I found these tiny little pieces. So I'm just gonna spread that all over there. Pop the bubbles again. I'm just gonna take them one by one and place them. You can break them. They're very, very thin. They're very, very small. But I don't want big ones because this is a small pendant. So I'm going to try to pick small pieces so I can put, you know, more than a couple in here so it'll look a little bit better. But I want the glowing to, whoops. I want the glow to shine through the little cracks. So kind of like putting a tile floor together with little grout lines, you know what I mean? Kind of putting a puzzle pieces together. I'm just gonna push them down. Yeah, now that my tweezers got resin on them, it's a little easier to grab them out of here. You just tap it and they stick. Oh, I just lied. It's this one. So being moon shaped, I thought that this color would be the perfect color. Come on. Trying not to get resin in this little jar full of them. There's so many thousands of possibilities to do your jewelry. So you don't have to like copy this or anything. I'm just trying to inspire you to be creative with what you have at home already. I need to find something better here. And I know resin makes abalone shell shine beautifully. So once I get these all in, I am going to pop them all underneath and possibly do, nah, I'm not going to do a glitter in the top coat because that'll take away from, let's see, I'm trying to find the shiny ones. I think only one more is going to fit in there. I have all these different kinds of, oh, I have these too. I didn't know I had 2 sets of white. Well, I've got plenty of white for everything. I'm just going to put some UV resin over that and do it in layers. So after this is cured, then I'm going to do it one more time and cover it with a clear layer just to dome it, make it look a little finished. Then I'll have to get a picture later of it in the dark, see what it looks like. All right, so pop bubbles all the time before you put it under your light, just in case, and you won't see most of them, so. All right, let's cure it. All right, last and final layer on this one. I'm going to just do one more top coat. I'm so glad this one didn't leak, so be careful. Make sure you check them before, you know, the tape on the back, especially if your hook is going the wrong way. I always cure the final cure for 5 minutes on my 5-minute setting. That looks pretty good. I'll do that while I figure out the next one. All right, this one is done. You can't see it now, but I'll show you later. I saw it glowing down underneath the UV light. So let's take this off. Let's see if I have to back coat it. But it should have embedded itself into the resin. which, yeah, it did. I don't feel anything. There's a tiny little empty spot right there. I think I'll just back coat it just to be safe. The front looks really good though. I'm just gonna back coat it and cure it. I forgot to tell you, on the tape, make sure you fold down an edge so you can handle it without it sticking to your fingers all the time. I just did this one. I'll show you what I mean if you didn't see yesterday. So I'm just gonna cover the back of this one just because it might feel a little gritty from spilling that glitter on it. With gloves on, I can't tell, so it's okay. You don't have to use high viscosity, it's just easier to use it because it stays in place. I have enough on there, okay. Stays in place a little bit better. Doesn't really go over your edge as much. I'm just gonna wait on that one. So this is the next one I picked. And I pressed it down on the tape, and then I folded the tape over in 3 spots, here, here, and here. That way I could touch it. Let me move that. That way I can move it around without it sticking to me. All right, so I took my black diamond glitter. I want a black background. And glitter seems to work well in UV resin instead of like mica powder or alcohol ink if you put too much in. I seem to have a pretty good luck with glitters. So let's try this one. I just want the background black. I'm going to still use some of these abalone shells, but I'm going to use a different color. So I don't need a thick layer, and the thinner the layer, the better it will cure, especially being black. So let's get these both cured right now. All right, now you can leave yours in. I sometimes, when I'm working on my extras, keychains, pendants, whatever, I'll leave all the finished ones in my light the whole time I'm working on the next one. It's not gonna hurt it any to keep curing it. So I'm just gonna leave them in there. So I picked out this really pretty soft blue with the iridescence, and I think I'm going to arrange them on here. Let me get some resin in here first. It's cured perfectly, no problems at all with the black glitter. I'm just gonna move it all around, kind of like the same thing I did on the last one. And then we'll top coat it. I mean, it's really simple. I have a hard time figuring out what to do when I'm doing jewelry, so I don't do it a lot on my channel. But if I see stuff, although I didn't see anything because I didn't have time to look and see what people were doing, but I would love for you guys to share what you do on my Facebook group so I can see it. These are so hard to get a hold of. And this is a weird shaped pendant, so I have to find something with a point at the bottom somehow. This one has a little point. Let's try this one. It's not easy with gloves on. Just try to move them around. I want to see some black in the background, so I'm not going to put them right on top of each other. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. This is what I want. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot come in these little tiny nail things, but wow, they go really far when you're doing little pendants and stuff like that. These are so pretty. This color is so pretty. I just want the smallest pieces. And like I said earlier, if they're not the right shape, break them. They break really simply. I'm just trying to work with what I have for sake of time and boredom. Feel free to fast forward me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I know it's already hard to see what I'm doing at this angle. Couple more pieces and I will be done. I'm just gonna break one. It's just easier, I think. Just snap them. I think that's about all I can fit in here and still have black showing through. Yep. Oh, that is gonna be so pretty, you guys. I'm gonna add a little bit more clear. Make sure they're all covered for this coat, and then like I did on the last one, see that bubble there? It's gone now. Let me get my scribe, make sure everything is under. That one was not. I see a bubble there. I do not want to ruin this one with a bubble. I'm gonna do this again. That is so pretty. Wait till you see it up close. Okay, let me get it cured. All right, I'm just gonna add a top coat and cure it again. If you want any glitter or anything in the top coat, now's the time to do it. Just mix it in your little container. But I'm not going to take away from the iridescence of these shells, so I'm not going to add any glitter into these. But that's not saying that my glitter is not going to be busted out in this video. I can't make that promise. Couple bubbles to pop. There's a couple right here too. They need to surface so I could pop them. That is so pretty. Things like these do get posted on my eBay store. These do not get given away. So if you're interested in today's demo or yesterday's demo, if they're still available, a lot of that stuff sells before the videos hit. You can check out the store and see if they're there. Okay, 5 minutes. All right, let's get this off the paper or plastic or tape, whatever it's called. The back looks good. It's not sticky or anything. What do you guys think of that one? Isn't that beautiful? You just put a jump ring on these so you can put it on a necklace. I'm just gonna put it back in here so it continue to cure. Okay, so the next one I prepped is this one. Long gold bezel. I have pressed it down, and I'm gonna put flowers in this one, but I'm gonna put the flowers in dirt. Since I have this leftover glitter, black glitter, kind of looks like sparkly dirt that got a little bit cured from being too close to the light. I'm going to use it on the bottom as dirt. And then we're going to plant some flowers in it. So let me see if I can get this down more and cure it real quick. I want to get that cured before it moves. Don't leave your stuff too close to the light or it will get hard. So I picked out some flowers and greens, and I do actually need a little bit more of this. I don't think I need more glitter, but seeing that I cured the resin, I'm gonna want a little bit to go over the actual green so it looks like it's planted in the garden. Let's see what we got. Is this ready? It's good enough for now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take my little greenery. So I've chosen this one. Hopefully it'll fit in there. I'm gonna make it fit. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to add the rest of this black, maybe not the rest, but a little bit of the black over the bottom of this greenery so it looks like it was planted. I'm just gonna move it and cure it really quick before it has a chance to move. I don't need it completely and utterly set, I just need it set so it's not gonna move, and then we'll add the two little flowers that I chose. And I think I'm gonna put some glitter in the back of this one. You know I gotta add glitter. Is that good? I'm gonna give this a couple minutes. So I was waiting, I figured I'd use my crushed crystal and I added way too much in that cup, so I had to remix a little bit less for the top coat. So maybe I'll do crushed crystal on the back of that one. Shut this off. I'm just gonna use clear right now until I get my flowers set, and then I'll use that crushed crystal for the top coat. Give it a little bit of sparkle shine. I will have to do the back of this one. I should have put in a clear coat first, which I did not. So now, oh no, you know what? I might have ruined this one. I'm just thinking. My greens are probably stuck to that tape. I was in such a hurry. I was so excited to do it, but I'm gonna finish it and hope it works out. So I have two little flowers I'm gonna put in. If it doesn't work out, I'll redo it. There's that one there. Actually, that one seems to be enough. If I put this one in, it's gonna be too big and you won't see the greens. That may be ruined. So I might be teaching you a lesson here in just a second. I hope not, oh my gosh. I don't want to ruin it. It's so cute, but I might have to redo this whole thing. I'm just gonna manipulate it around until it looks good. There's some green sticking up. Little bubble. Get that popped. All right, let's see what happens after we cure this one. All right, let's cover it with my crushed crystal. Hopefully there's not too much in here and we'll still be able to see the flower. I'm gonna come up over the black this time. I might need a little more. I want a nice dome on it. Put just a little bit more. Since it's clear, it shouldn't have any problems curing, especially since it's coming through the back. That looks good. All right, I'm working on the next one behind the scenes. All right, the moment of truth. I'm gonna peel it from this way and see. Please, please, please don't be ruined. Oh, good. It's not. Thank God. All right, because of that plant in the back, gotta get this sticky stuff off here from my tape. I will back coat it. Let me get this off and then back coat it, and I'll be back with the next one. So this next one I picked is a silver triangular one, and I have a whole jar of shark's teeth that was given to me from my friends and my neighbors. So I went through all my shark's teeth and I picked one. I picked this one, and this is going to fit in the center, hopefully domed. It'll fit domed. And I think since I put too much sparkle dust in that one, I am going to make it sparkly in the backs, which means I'm going to add more sparkle dust because I want it fully sparkly now since I've already started that. So I'm just going to take my little stick here and just add a little bit more. And literally a little bit is a lot. A lot. I got to do this away from my lights. I guess I can shut it off because that's going to stay in there and cure anyway. So let's just not take a chance. All right, so I kind of want more. I want it to be like all sparkle. And since there's resin on this, it sticks well. I don't know what it's going to look like. I do not like to use these shark's teeth lightly because I don't have that many. All right, I'm just going to pour this in and get it cured before I do anything with that tooth. So the tooth is going to go in the next layer. That is so pretty. Get it everywhere. Pop bubbles. And cure. All right. All right. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It should look good with the black tooth on there. So I'm just going to put a layer in. I'm not going to try to cover the tooth right now because it sticks up a little bit. I'm just going to put a layer in to lay it in so it sticks down. And then hopefully, I'm not going to cure it until I know that I can dome over it because I don't want to ruin it. So hopefully, see, like this part is really thick. That's what I'm worried about doming over. I'm not sure now that I put that bottom layer in. I don't think this one's gonna work. No, it's not. That's why you test before you cure. I'm gonna wash this one off and find me one that does work. So I found one a little thinner. Unfortunately, it's not much thinner. I'm gonna try it. And I'm just gonna keep coating carefully over it until it's domed good enough. So let me get that cured and then continue doming and doming and doming. So far, it looks okay. So let's see what I can do. I'm gonna probably need 2 layers on this one. I don't know. We shall find out. This is a pretty thick layer I just put on there. And it almost covered it, but not completely. Just that very top part is sticking out. That's it. All right, well, let's see what we got. In the meantime, I'm gonna pull these out. They've been under here a long time. That one's like glowing. Check that out. That's so pretty. You see that one? It's hard to see with my blue glove. That one's really pretty. I'll get you some good pictures at the end. Then this one is looking good. So these are all fully cured. I'm just going to set these aside for now. I'm going to get that cured, put another coat on. I'll show you the end result. I'm going to let that one continue to cure a couple cycles before I pull it out. Okay, so this next one is like an antiqued brass color, and I have the same color in these little tiny key charms. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to back it with the pink abalone shell and then lay the key on top of that. But since I have this left over, I'm going to pour this in first. This is the crushed crystal. So I don't want to waste it, and I don't want to cover it top coat with it. So let's use it on the back coat. Most of it's going to be covered with the pink anyway. So let's use it up. it will go very pretty. So not only will you see the pink, but you will also see the crushed crystal in the seams. But I'm going to cure this first before I start laying that abalone shell. Okay. All right, I'm just going to pour a layer of clear and then put the pink shell in. Cure it, put the key in, and then top coat it. These bezels are much thicker than yesterday's bezels, so you have a lot of space to work with. And whatever fits in there, virtually, there gotta be a way to get it in resin, right? All right, so I'm just gonna start grabbing and placing. If you have some resin on the end of your stick, it helps. This one I'm going to crowd a little bit more just so we can see the key better and not so much everything else. I'm just going to get them all scrunched together so there's not as many spaces between like the black one I did. Come on. Whoops. These are not easy. They're so tiny. I'm trying to get them to stick to my stick. Some of them want to, some of them don't. Some are being difficult. Actually, probably, I think I could put the key in now since it's not that deep of a layer. I just want to make sure all my shells are covered, otherwise you might get a bubble in there that you can't fix without too much trouble. Let me just pop anything, grab my little key. Get it placed where I want it. That looks pretty good. All right, let's cure and see what happens. I'm not too sure about this one. This one's ready to peel off. Looks like I have to trim the top of it. I had to go over the silver edge because I had to dome it so high. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here, it dripped over the edge. So it should just pop off with a knife. I might have to work on it off camera so I could actually see what I'm doing, because this stuff gets really, really hard. So let me work on that off camera, but I had to bring my resin to this edge because I had to get it so high. So it's domed completely over that shark's tooth. So let me work on that while that one's curing. That wasn't too hard. Once I got the knife up under it, it just popped right off. So that one's done. I'm going to set that one aside. Actually, I'm going to leave it in here just to cure a couple more layers. So this one I'm just going to top coat. Let's see what it looks like at the end. It should be pretty. The pink should be pretty subtle underneath it. I didn't want something to overpower the key because I have some dark color shells here too, but I wanted to be able to see the key and that just be like, you know, a background. That looks good. Everything's covered. Let me cure it and figure out one more. I'll do at least one more for you guys, unless I have another idea. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks pretty good. Let's pull the back off. There's the back. Looks really good. What do you think? You like that one? There's a bubble there, but unfortunately I didn't catch it. I like it. I like it pretty good. This one here is done. Pretty cool. All right, so the next one I'm gonna do is this large gold one. And with that same black glitter, I'm gonna put a background. Let me find my stick here. I'm gonna put a background on it. And then I'm gonna set one flower in the center. And I chose a white daisy because it would stick out nicely on the black background. So let me get that cured. I'm not worried about bubbles on that one because the flower takes up most of the thing. All right, so for this one, push that one back in. I'm re-curing that one again. I'm going to put my flower in and cover it with the rest of this lightly sparkle dusted resin. This one didn't have too much sparkle dust in it, so I'm going to use it up. Get it all the way. That looks domed nicely already. Make sure your flower's where you want it. All the petals are in place. All right, let me torch it and cure it. All right, I'm gonna just let that one cure for the next couple cycles and then we'll pull them out together. So I'm gonna do one more because I have this sparkle dust left. So I'm going to put the sparkle on the bottom, a dark abalone shell since I haven't done that one yet today. And I'm gonna put a charm on top of the abalone. So I picked out a cross charm in silver since this is a silver bezel. First I want to get that set so my abalone's not getting in it. Now if you get cured UV resin on your stick, all I do is take my knife and I get it all off and start all over again because it cures all the time. And if it gets on your knife, I take another knife and I take it off of that. So simple, easy fix. All right, I'm just gonna add a layer of clear, drop my shells, and probably my charm, just like I did the flower in one felt swoop. I'm going to try to cover as much of this back as I can. I wasn't really going for the sparkle, but I didn't want to waste it, so this is the one I've chosen. It's got greens and blues and pinks in it. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. So I'm wondering, maybe I'll leave them in big chunks on this one. The resin really makes it so beautiful. It really does. Oh my gosh, some of these pieces are just gorgeous. I think maybe I will overlap them. I just love these colors. Let's see which side is prettier. I think this side. Whoops. I did fold my tape down and it's still sticking to my hands. I get one more piece for there. That is so pretty. I know you can't see it yet. Don't worry, I'll bring you up. Just make sure you get them in the place where you want them before you turn that light on, or you ain't gonna move them. I've got them stacked on each other. That's why they're not wanting to move where I want them. That looks pretty good. Okay. Pop the bubbles. I've got a cross to go on here. I'm just going to get that exactly in the center. Of course, it's moving my shell. It's hard to see, that's crooked. That looks good. Okay. I'm going to get these cured. Put a top coat on, and we're just about done. Okay, I lied. I'm going to do one last one since it was sitting here. I did not expect to do this many, guys. This one was Outlast again. This one has a bezel that goes the opposite way, so I'm going to be very careful with the sticker on this side because it will probably leak. So far, I've had good luck today. This one, I found this cute little charm. It's got like a pink and white shell on the turtle. So I grabbed my cotton candy glitter. I've already mixed it into the resin. So this is going to be the background. This has like a greenish iridescence to the pink. They go really well together. So I'm going to just pour the backing. Please don't leak. I'm going to get it cured. And then I'm going to put the turtle in. And then I'll show you the rest of everything that I've finished. All right, so that's cured. I'm going to put the clear in and the turtle. Then I will go ahead and dome it on the third coat, finish it all up, get everything off the tape, and then I will come back and show you the final results of everything. All right, everything's done. Now, of course, I had leftover resin mixed up with glitter, so I used my normal pendant mold, put the black glitter on the back, put a little white flower on top, and then this was the pink glitter I had left over, and I just put a tree of life on top and top coated everything. So are you ready to see the final results? Let's start from the beginning. This was the first one. I did put jump rings on so you can use them with a chain. And the final pictures are going to have this one lit up in the dark for you. Since this room isn't dark, I can't show you that right now, but I will show it to you. And then we did, I think this one maybe? This one's hard to see with my hand behind it, so that's got the sparkle in it. We did this one. All the backs, none of them are sticky from the tape, so that tape works really well. How do you like those shells? Then we did the key with the pink abalone. The shark's tooth, which has been domed 1,000 times. Look how high it comes up over there, but it looks really good. Really, really good. And then we have this sunflower, not sunflower, daisy. So that looks really pretty. I have the sparkle dust on the top coat of that one. Then the cross with the abalone shell. Look at that shimmer and shine under there. And this is the turtle one. Now, because the turtle's head stuck up so high, I just domed it first, and then I put a layer of resin and cured him on the top layer, so he is a 3D charm on this one. And that came out really pretty. I love that glitter. All right, you guys, stick around for the pictures, especially for that moon. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had fun. I did way more than I expected to do today, but I just couldn't stop. So, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys all have a blessed day. Bye.